Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be jumping straight into ICP, Internet Computer Price. The current price point right now is $66 with a 19.37% increase in the last 24 hours alone. So we are seeing massive increases across the board right now, a great recovery as Bitcoin continues to push farther and farther up. If we actually take a look right now across the board, we are going to be able to see Bitcoin at 45.7K right now, and it actually had a push all the way up to 46K. So this is exactly what we want to see in the market. You know, we do have times where altcoins are going to struggle a little bit behind, and that's what we're seeing right now. We are seeing some positives for sure. Cardano up over a percentage. We have Chainlink over a percentage, but Internet Computer definitely being one of the best gainers in the last 24 hours. If we look at gainers, we're going to see Internet Computer, like I said, at the very, very top behind Cardano. So 19.37% of an increase, definitely going to be something we like to see. I want to talk a little bit about this, last week altogether though. A 61.24% increase. This is something that shows there is still momentum left in Internet Computer. People are still day trading this, trying to make quick dollars on the Internet Computer price. We actually take a look at the last month as well, a 64.98% increase in the last month, definitely looking like a lot of people still interested in this coin. If we take a look at some of the recent tweets talking about some of the big things that have been happening on Internet Computer, before we do jump into some of this, I do want to say, guys, make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video before we get started. However, with the first one, we see DSCVRO, a decentralized social aggregation platform that runs entirely on-chain on the Internet Computer, has amassed 14,000 users since its June launch. So definitely a lot of things happening, and they have a Meet the Team building, the first decentralized social content aggregator that belongs to its community. We also take a look at the next one. We see this week the Internet Computer, I should say, surpassed 120 million blocks generated. Block count has grown by an average of 45% week over week since Genesis. The block count metric speaks to both the speed and capacity of the Internet Computer. Definitely seeing a lot of growth in the Internet Computer as we continue to see more people investing as well. Retail investors are going to be jumping back in, definitely with something like this, trying to make quick dollars. And I think when we see retail investors jump back in, we're going to see some, really, not just retail investors, but institutional investors are going to take some of this Internet Computer really stock is what they like to call it in the industry. But, a lot of people are going to jump in and take some of this coin because they believe there is long-term potential behind it. They understand the whole thought process of Dfinity Foundation and what they're trying to accomplish. But let's take a look at the next tweet. So here we have 1,400 developers are now coding on the Internet Computer through the Cycles Faucet in partnership with Fleek HQ, a 40% increase from last week. So a lot of people still jumping on board with ICP. New Internet Computer developers can redeem $100 in free cycles to get their first app really deployed and developed. I want to take a look now at the District app. So here, the blockchain-based social platform built on the Internet Computer that aims to empower people to control their identity and data has amassed 20,000 registered users. That is a ton, and District is just one of the many platforms in the ecosystem continuing to grow. District will allow users to connect, communicate, and share original content with each other while preserving ownership and control over their data and identity. So let's take a look at the actual website because there's a lot to talk about. But before we do so, I do want to actually jump back to the Internet Computer price point and talk about how this last 24 hours has actually continued to surprise a lot of people. Or actually, the last week will probably show it a little bit better. We had this massive downturn, if we take a look at the last year, from $750 coming all the way down to, $30 even lower than that. And now we're seeing a nice increase from, $26.91 back up to this $66.15. And we're asked a lot of times, where are we seeing resistance? Where are we seeing support? So I was able to find an article that kind of talked about this for you guys. And I also talked about it myself in prior videos, but let's take a little bit of a look at this. We see here Internet Computer Price Analysis, ICP Coin marching strongly towards the $70 mark. ICP Coin has reclaimed the 50-day EMA line. The ICP BTC pair was trading at 0.001421 BTC with a gain of 6.24%. Definitely crazy to see a gain versus BTC because BTC is doing extremely well right now, very close to that 46K. The 24-hour trading volume in ICP is at 851.5 million. If we actually take a look at Coinbase right now, we're going to see a $1.1 billion volume in the last 24 hours. So that's a lot of people starting to invest in ICP. I do expect a downturn at some point. So do expect, maybe a 10 to 15% decrease if we do have a downturn in the crypto markets. However, if we go down a little bit farther, we can see the support being at $54.4 and the resistance right now being at that $70. So this is the conclusion they have. From the technical perspective, the ICP coin shows a solid bullish outlook in price, action, and indicators. However, the bullet has already been fired and the price is charging towards the next resistance of the $70 mark. Thus, ICP trades must wait for the price to reach this overhead resistance to decide the farther course of the coin. And I do believe that we are going to have that push above resistance or at least below support, which will either way give you an option on whether you want to invest at, a little bit above $70 or a little bit below that 54. So we'll see what happens, and what happens first will definitely indicate what you probably want to do with your money. Do remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, so always do your own research before investing. If we take a look at the actual website itself, we see blockchain singularity, and they talk a little bit more about their stats, their block seconds, and, canister smart contracts, node machines. But we're going to talk really about the internet computer ecosystem, because this is where a lot of people have interest in really this internet computer. Dfinity.org is Fleek, Discover, District, Origin, and OpenChat. So there are 5 out there right now, 5 different really platforms or dApps in the internet computer ecosystem, and they are continuing to grow very, very fast. As we see, Fleek with over 1,000 websites, Discover with over 12,000 users, District with over 19,000 users, OpenChat with over 20,000 users. Then we obviously have Origins, NFTs for authenticating luxury goods as well. So just really, really cool applications here, and I think we are going to continue to see that utility grow. And with that, obviously, we are going to continue to see really ICP as a whole continue on this increase up. I want to talk a little bit more about ICP and the price predictions that we could be seeing for the end of the year and end of the bull market part 2. So if we actually jump back over to ICP and give it a quick refresh, we are looking right around that $66.19 price point, continuing to see a very, very small increase since we started the video, about 19 cents. And I think we are going to continue, like I said, to see possibilities of $70 come into play. We saw a $69 price point at 8 a.m. this morning, and then we had a small little dip back down to the $66. And I think we are going to, like I said, see a lot of volatility within the next couple of weeks and months as really the market decides whether we're going to make our way back into that bull market part 2 or continue to stay in this manipulation or FUD for a little bit longer. Obviously, a lot could influence that, but I will try to keep you guys up to date throughout the entire thing. By the end of the year, though, we could see price points closer to its previous all-time high. Obviously not going to make all the way that push all the way back up to 750 this year. I think that could come in the future. However, for now, I think anywhere from $100 to $200 is going to be a realistic price prediction, conservative, realistic price prediction for the end of the year. I think $200 being on that, more possible than not side. I think if we jump to the end of the bull market part 2, we could easily see internet computer pushing closer to its previous all-time high, this time being closer to $400 to $500 if everything goes to plan, and we see some big things come out of ICP, which I definitely think is a possibility as more and more people are, like I said, starting to invest and learn a little bit more about ICP and the ecosystem that they are developing. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, talking a little bit about ICP with me. I do believe this coin still has some potential behind it. We'll continue to monitor it, see what happens. Obviously, like I said, a lot of day traders, a lot of trades that are just coming in very, very quickly. We see the volume, like I said, at $1.1 billion, definitely rising very quickly. So definitely do your own research before investing. Remember, I am not a financial advisor, and thank you guys again. Subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. I'll see you guys all in the next one.